damn lie. You're a liar. You're a liar.
How?
You. Bitch.
No.
You got a problem?
Oh my God.
You got a problem with me? Got a problem with me? Fake it. Don't do it.
The world of Basketball Wives LA has never been short of drama. But what's being whispered now has fans completely speechless. Imagine this. Shocking rumors swirled that Jackie Christie may have caught none other than Mehgan James tangled up in a secret pregnancy scandal with Doug. Yes, Doug, Jackie's longtime partner, the man she's built her entire reality TV empire around. Reports claim Jackie didn't just confront Mehgan. She snapped, emotions boiling over to the point where a spit-filled outburst allegedly stole the spotlight. Fans are buzzing, wondering how a friendship that once looked strong could crumble into chaos over whispers of betrayal and a possible baby bombshell. The tension between Jackie and Mehgan has always simmered, but this time, insiders allege it reached explosive levels, leaving everyone around them stunned. Eyewitnesses describe Jackie pacing with fury, Mehgan on the defensive, and the confrontation spiraling out of control in ways nobody could have predicted. Could this be the most jaw-dropping scandal Basketball Wives has ever faced? Or just another storm in Jackie's endless cycle of drama? One thing's for sure, fans can't stop talking. And the fallout from this rumored showdown is only just beginning, Jackie. Christie has always been the kind of woman who thrives on control, on making sure the spotlight never drifts too far away from her. But when whispers started spreading that Mehgan James might have gotten tangled up in something deeper, something involving Jackie's own partner Doug, the perfect storm of jealousy and betrayal began brewing. Fans who followed this saga from the start know one thing for sure. Jackie doesn't let betrayal slide, even if the rumors aren't fully proven. The very idea that someone close to her circle could be connected to Doug in a pregnancy scandal was enough to light the fuse. The story begins with a tense night where the women were gathered, the atmosphere heavy with unspoken suspicions. Someone had let it slip that Mehgan was hiding a secret, and it wasn't just about her attitude or her alliances. Whispers of a pregnancy tied to Doug spread like wildfire. The moment the words reached Jackie's ears, her face changed. Her eyes, usually darting around with sly confidence, froze on Mehgan. She asked in a low, trembling voice, "Tell me right now, is there any truth to this?" The room went silent, the tension thick enough to choke on Mehgan, who is known for her fiery comebacks, tried to brush it off. People talk, Jackie. You know this show? Everything's exaggerated. But her hesitation, the way her hands fidgeted in her lap, only fueled Jackie's growing rage. Fans watching later couldn't believe the timing. It was as though Jackie had been waiting for this moment, almost daring Mehgan to deny what she already believed. According to those present, Jackie didn't just sit quietly. She leaned forward, her voice rising with each word. "Don't you play with me, girl. Don't you dare act like I can't see through your lies. If there's even a whisper about Doug, about my family, about a child that could threaten my marriage, then you are crossing a line you can't ever step back from." The women nearby shifted uncomfortably, some glancing at the cameras, others whispering under their breath. It was reality TV gold, the kind of unscripted explosion that leaves everyone shaken. Netch tried to defend herself, but her words sounded hollow. "You think too much of yourself, Jackie. Not everything's about you." But that only made things worse. Jackie's hands shook as she pointed straight at her, her voice almost breaking. "Oh, it's about me when my husband's name is on people's lips. It's about me when my family gets dragged through dirt. And it's about me when a so-called friend stabs me in the back." The argument escalated quickly. Some of the other cast members attempted to intervene, trying to calm Jackie down, reminding her that nothing was confirmed. But Jackie wasn't hearing it. To her, the rumor itself was enough betrayal. You let people talk, you let them spread filth about me, and now you sit there acting innocent. No woman with real respect for another would ever be caught in this mess. Fans online exploded. As clips from the confrontation leaked, Social media was on fire with hashtags about the alleged pregnancy scandal trending overnight. Some defended Jackie, saying any wife would have reacted the same way. Others accused her of being dramatic, of blowing up without proof. But no matter which side people were on, they couldn't stop watching. What truly pushed the moment over the edge, though, was Jackie's inability to control her emotions. One second she was yelling, the next she was pacing back and forth, and then in a shocking turn that no one expected, spit toward Mehgan. Gasps filled the room. Even those who had seen Jackie at her worst before admitted this crossed a line. One of the women shouted, "That's disgusting. You don't do that?" Another turned away, clearly disgusted. Mehgan froze, stunned, before standing to her feet. "Did you just spit at me?" she demanded, her voice trembling with both rage and humiliation. Jackie's chest heaved as she glared back. "You betrayed me, and that's all you deserve." It was the lowest point the show had reached. A display so raw that even the producers reportedly considered cutting the cameras for a moment. But of course, in reality TV, the messier it gets, the more the audience leans in. The fallout from that moment was immediate. The other women were divided, some insisting that Mehgan needed to walk away before the fight got physical, others blaming her for provoking Jackie. One castmate whispered, "If there's a baby involved, this is going to destroy everything." Another shook her head and said, "Jackie has lost her mind. No rumor is worth acting like that." The cameras captured every whisper, every side-eye, every tear that welled up as the tension refused to break. Behind the scenes, insiders claim that Doug himself was blindsided by the chaos. He hadn't expected his name to become the centerpiece of such an explosive fight. Some allege he tried to call Jackie during filming, begging her to calm down and not drag their marriage into the pit of public scandal. But Jackie wasn't answering her phone. She was too deep in the storm, too wrapped up in the betrayal she believed she had uncovered. Fans watching couldn't get enough of the drama. Memes popped up within hours, GIFs of Jackie's spit making their rounds across social platforms. While some laughed, others were horrified. "This isn't just drama anymore," one fan wrote. "This is humiliation on national TV." Another commented, "Jackie always pushes too far, but this time she's gone beyond anything we've seen." What makes this story even more gripping is the way Mehgan reacted after the spit. Instead of retaliating physically, she stood still, her eyes welling with tears before she whispered, "You'll regret this, Jackie. You'll see the truth." The room froze again, everyone wondering what exactly she meant. Was there more to the story than anyone realized? Was there a truth about Doug and a possible pregnancy that hadn't yet been revealed? The cliffhanger left both cast and fans desperate for answers. In the days that followed, the scandal continued to spiral. Blogs speculated endlessly, some claiming they had sources confirming the pregnancy rumor, others dismissing it as pure fiction meant to stir ratings. But the damage was already done. The image of Jackie losing control and lashing out in such a disrespectful way had burned itself into the minds of viewers. Whether true or not, the perception was devastating. And while Jackie tried to defend herself publicly, insisting she had simply reacted in the heat of the moment, the whispers only grew louder. Some fans even argued that her extreme reaction was proof she feared the rumor might have some truth to it. If it was a lie, why go that far? One fan posted, "She's acting guilty for Doug by overcompensating." Another countered, "Jackie has always been dramatic. This doesn't mean anything except that she doesn't know how to handle herself." The truth remained buried under layers of gossip, half-statements, and emotional outbursts. What was undeniable, though, was that a once promising connection between Jackie and Mehgan had shattered. Their so-called friendship, which had been shaky from the start, was now completely destroyed. And the entire cast was left picking sides in a war that seemed far from over. The fallout from the confrontation didn't end when the cameras stopped rolling. In fact, some would say the real drama only began once everyone left that tense room. Jackie stormed out first, her heels striking the floor with each furious step. muttering under her breath about betrayal and humiliation. The other women trailed behind, whispering in disbelief about what they had just witnessed. For years, they had seen Jackie explode. But spitting on Mehgan had crossed into uncharted territory. Mehgan, left behind for a moment, sat frozen in her seat. Her hands trembled as she stared at the floor, her voice barely audible as she whispered, "She doesn't even know the truth." Those words sent shivers down the spines of the few who overheard. Was Mehgan hiding something bigger? Or was this her way of keeping the spotlight on herself in the middle of a scandal that already had viewers glued to every development? The next day, gossip sites exploded with headlines. Fans woke up to a storm of speculation. Was Mehgan really pregnant with Doug's child? Or was it a manufactured rumor gone horribly out of control? Screenshots of supposed text messages began circulating, showing conversations that hinted at late-night meetings and secret phone calls. Whether real or fabricated, the internet treated them like gospel, fueling the fire that had already scorched the basketball wives' world. Jackie, never one to stay quiet, went live on social media. Her face was flushed with anger as she stared directly into the camera. "Let me tell you all something right now," she began, her voice trembling but loud. "I will never sit by and let anyone try to destroy my family. Rumors are rumors, but when people try to drag my husband into their lies, that's when I lose it. And yes, I reacted. I reacted because I'm human. But don't get it twisted. I had every reason to." Fans flooded the comments, some siding with her, others calling her out for her disrespectful behavior toward. Meanwhile, Mehgan chose silence at first, letting the world speculate. But her silence only made people talk more. "She's hiding something," one fan tweeted. If she had nothing to hide, she'd deny it outright. Another argued, "No, she's letting Jackie dig her own grave." Smart move. Speculation was endless, and every day brought new theories. What really sent shockwaves through the community was when an anonymous source claimed that Doug himself had been seen meeting Mehgan privately weeks before the scandal erupted. The alleged meeting was said to have taken place at a quiet restaurant outside of town. Blurry photos surfaced online, showing two figures that resembled Doug and Mehgan sitting at a table, heads close together. The internet pounced on it immediately, confessing this was the proof everyone had been waiting for. Jackie's single quotes' reaction to those photos was, according to insiders, volcanic. One cast member revealed, "She screamed so loud we thought the neighbors would call the police. She kept saying, 'How could he do this to me? How could she betray me like this?' She didn't even want to look at the pictures, but she couldn't stop staring at them." The tension spilled over into filming once again. During a group gathering meant to smooth things over, Jackie confronted Mehgan head-on. "You sat across from my husband. You sat there smiling in his face while pretending to be my friend," she demanded. Mehgan, her voice calm but her eyes defiant, shot back, "He's not just your husband, Jackie. He's a man who's been reaching out to me. Maybe you should ask him why." The entire room gasped. The producers leaned in closer, sensing another moment that would dominate headlines. Jackie's hands shook as she pointed at Mehgan again. "Don't you twist this around on me. You're nothing but a snake. You wanted attention and now you've got it. Congratulations." But Mehgan didn't back down. "If you think spitting on me will silence me, you're wrong. The truth will come out whether you like it or not." The argument grew louder until one of the women shouted for them to stop. "This isn't about us anymore. This is about your family falling apart in front of the whole world." Those words seemed to echo in Jackie's mind. She sat down suddenly, covering her face with her hands, her body shaking with sobs. It was a rare moment of vulnerability for someone who usually prided herself on being the strongest in the room. But even in her tears, Jackie lashed out. "You don't know what it feels like to build a life with someone, to fight for them year after year, only to have people try to tear it down with lies." She wiped her face, her makeup smudged, her voice hoarse. "I won't let it happen. I'll fight to the very end." Fans who saw the episode later described it as one of the most emotional moments in the show's history. "I couldn't believe I was crying for Jackie," one viewer admitted. She's always been messy. But this time, you could see the pain in her eyes. Others weren't as sympathetic. She created this mess, another fan posted. Spitting on someone isn't strength, it's weakness. She humiliated herself. Behind the cameras, the producers scrambled to keep up with the chaos. Storylines were shifting faster than they could plan, and the scandal had taken on a life of its own. Some worried about how far things might go. If this keeps up, someone's going to break. One crew member reportedly said, "We're watching lives unravel in real time." The bigger question looming over everyone's head was simple. Was Mehgan actually pregnant? Or was this all smoke and mirrors? Whispers circulated that she had been spotted visiting a clinic, fueling speculation further. Paparazzi photos of her wearing loose clothing only added to the frenzy. Every move she made was dissected, every word analyzed. Fans became detectives, poring over her social media posts for hidden clues. Jackie, on the other hand, doubled down on her stance. She told friends that she didn't believe Mehgan was pregnant, but she was furious that the rumor existed at all. "Even if it's a lie, it's still destroying me," she told one confidant. "It's still planting doubt in people's minds about my marriage." The thought of anyone doubting her relationship with Doug was unbearable for her, and she refused to let it slide. The tension between the two women became the central storyline, overshadowing everything else. Other cast members complained that their own issues were being ignored, because the cameras couldn't look away from the chaos between Jackie and Mehgan. "We're just extras in their war now," one woman joked bitterly. But deep down, everyone knew this was bigger than just a show. This was about trust, betrayal, and the unraveling of relationships that had once seemed unbreakable. Still, despite all the accusations and denials, the truth remained elusive. Every new piece of gossip only added another layer of confusion. Some claimed they had seen Mehgan with a noticeable baby bump. Others insisted it was just bad camera angles. Fans argued endlessly online, each side convinced they were right. But until someone spoke the undeniable truth, the scandal would keep spiraling, pulling everyone deeper into the storm. The scandal between Jackie and Mehgan had now taken on a life of its own, consuming not just the cast, but the fans as well. Everywhere you looked online, theories were flying, and every minor detail from the confrontation was dissected endlessly. Fans debated whether Jackie's outburst was a sign of her protective nature or a complete overreaction. "I can't believe she actually spit," one viewer wrote. "It's beyond reality TV at this point." Another commented, "Mehgan's calm response is priceless. She knows she's in control even when Jackie loses." Insiders revealed that the weeks following the infamous confrontation were tense beyond imagination. Cast members said they could feel the tension like electricity in the air. Even casual conversations were charged with suspicion. Who could they trust? Everyone had taken sides, and every meeting felt like a potential powder keg ready to explode. It was impossible to even have lunch without hearing whispers about who was loyal and who wasn't. One production assistant recalled during one particularly intense filming day. Jackie cornered Mehgan in the living room, her voice trembling with anger and fear. "You think I don't know what's going on? You think I'm blind?" Mehgan looked back calmly, but her eyes betrayed a flicker of concern. "I'm not hiding anything, Jackie. If you believe what people are saying, that's on you." The tension escalated quickly, and one bystander noted that you could cut the air with a knife. Every word, every glance carried weight. The alleged pregnancy rumor continued to dominate discussions. Some fans claimed that Doug had been spotted leaving Mehgan's house late at night. Others swore they saw her visiting a private clinic. The lack of confirmation only fueled the frenzy. Social media accounts dedicated entirely to dissecting the scandal popped up overnight. Memes, reaction videos, and speculation threads dominated timelines. Reality TV watchers were glued to their screens, desperate for even a small clue to confirm what was real and what was fiction. Amid all this, Jackie tried to maintain a sense of dignity, or at least the appearance of it. She posted carefully curated photos with Doug, smiling for the camera as if nothing had happened. But fans noticed the subtle signs of strain-tight smiles, tense posture, eyes that rarely met the lens without a hint of anger. Even Doug seemed distracted, often caught in moments of unease during filming. Insiders said he was struggling with the attention the scandal had brought, wishing it could somehow be contained. Mehgan, on the other hand, began speaking cautiously, but each word she uttered seemed to fan the flames further. "People need to stop twisting everything I do," she told a close friend off camera. "I don't know why they want to make me the villain. They're all too quick to judge without evidence." The irony was not lost on viewers, who were watching the drama unfold like a slow-motion train wreck. Unable to look away, tensions reached another peak when an anonymous source claimed that Jackie had confronted Doug privately, demanding answers about the alleged pregnancy. According to the source, the conversation was heated, with Jackie pacing the room, shouting accusations, and Doug trying desperately to calm her down. "I didn't do anything," he allegedly said, but Jackie's voice rose over his, demanding proof and answers. The source added that Doug seemed terrified by the intensity of Jackie's emotions, unsure how to navigate the storm he had unknowingly helped ignite. Meanwhile, Mehgan found unexpected support from some cast members who believed she was being unfairly targeted. One whispered during a break, "She didn't do anything wrong. Jackie just can't handle being challenged." Others, however, sided with Jackie, saying that loyalty should have been the first priority. This division only added to the sense that the family was fractured beyond repair. The cameras captured every glance, every whispered accusation, every tense pause, painting a picture of a cast completely consumed by the scandal. Social media chatter became a constant presence in the lives of everyone involved. Fans created timelines of every meeting, every heated exchange, every suspicious glance. Hashtags like #JackieVs, Mehgan, and #DougPregnancy dominated trending lists for days. Each leak, each rumor sparked more arguments online than the last. Viewers were divided, some defending Jackie, claiming she was a protective partner. Others supporting Mehgan, insisting she was being unfairly vilified. The drama transcended the show itself, spilling into the wider entertainment world, leaving headlines and tabloids scrambling to keep up. In one particularly charged filming day, Jackie and Mehgan faced off once again, this time in the kitchen. The cameras captured every second of the confrontation. Jackie's voice was barely controlled, trembling as she pointed a finger at Mehgan. "How long were you planning to keep this from me?" she demanded. Mehgan's voice, calm but sharp, replied, "I'm not keeping anything from anyone. You need to calm down." The room erupted in shouts as other cast members tried to mediate. Fans watching at home described it as electrifying and unbelievable. The emotional stakes had never been higher, and it was clear that the so-called friendship between Jackie and Mehgan was completely shattered. The alleged pregnancy added another layer of tension. Viewers noticed subtle changes in Mehgan's behavior. The way she avoided certain questions, the way she interacted with Doug on camera. Every small gesture was scrutinized. Insiders claimed that Jackie had been monitoring interactions with a keen eye, ready to pounce at the slightest perceived misstep. The result was a series of confrontations so intense that production had to repeatedly step in to prevent physical altercations. Even family members were pulled into the chaos. Some tried to calm Jackie, reminding her to think before acting, while others expressed fear about the public fallout. According to insiders, one relative told her, "This isn't just a show anymore. People are watching your personal life, and this could destroy relationships permanently." Jackie's response was reportedly furious. "I don't care about anyone's opinion. If they want the truth, they'll see it." The drama wasn't limited to Jackie and Mehgan. Other cast members began taking sides, forming alliances that were previously unthinkable. Conversations that once revolved around trivial issues now centered entirely on trust, betrayal, and the alleged pregnancy scandal. Fans became experts in body language, tone, and subtle glances, analyzing every frame for hints of truth. Forums and comment sections were filled with heated debates, some accusing Mehgan of manipulation, others accusing Jackie of overreacting. Over time, the dynamic between Jackie and Mehgan became a central narrative arc. Every interaction, every shared space, every offhand comment was loaded with tension. Viewers described the energy as palpable, unbearable, and mesmerizing. The alleged pregnancy rumor acted as a constant undercurrent, influencing the behavior of everyone involved. Even casual encounters on set were tinged with suspicion and fear, making every day a high-stakes drama. One evening, Jackie reportedly confronted Mehgan again, this time in a private hallway. Voices were raised, tears were shed, and accusations flew like daggers. "You think you can play with my life?" Jackie demanded. Mehgan, her back straight and her voice steady, answered, "I'm not playing with anything." This is all blown out of proportion. The argument was so intense that crew members later admitted they had to physically step between them to prevent escalation. The cameras, of course, caught every moment, making it instant headline material. The alleged pregnancy became the catalyst for deeper discussions about loyalty, betrayal, and personal boundaries. Viewers debated endlessly online, analyzing every word, every glance, and every interaction. The intensity of the speculation fueled further confrontations, creating a cycle of drama that seemed impossible to break. Insiders admitted that even after days of filming, the cast was exhausted, emotionally drained, and constantly on edge. The scandal had reached a fever pitch, and the atmosphere on set was charged with a mix of fear, anger, and anticipation. Jackie's previous confrontations with Mehgan had set the stage for a showdown that everyone knew was inevitable. Whispers of the alleged pregnancy, Doug's secret interactions, and the betrayals that seemed to pile up day by day had created a storm that no one could escape. Every glance, every word, and every movement carried the weight of accusation. One morning, Jackie arrived on set, her expression steely and eyes sharp, scanning the room for Mehgan. The cameras followed her every step, capturing the tension as she approached. Mehgan, aware that another confrontation was coming, met her gaze calmly. The silence stretched for several heartbeats before Jackie finally spoke, her voice low but vibrating with intensity. "You're going to answer me now. No more games, no more lies." Mehgan crossed her arms, trying to project confidence, but even she seemed affected by the gravity of the situation. "I've said everything I can say. If people want to believe rumors, let them. I'm not going to fuel this fire anymore." Jackie's eyes narrowed, her jaw tightening. "This isn't about rumors anymore. It's about respect, loyalty, and boundaries. You've crossed every single one of them." The argument escalated quickly, with voices rising and tears threatening to fall. Other cast members tried to intervene, but Jackie was unyielding, pacing back and forth, her emotions spilling over. "Do you understand the damage you've caused?" she shouted. "This isn't just about me, it's about everyone connected to me. Do you realize what you're doing?" Fans watching the leaked clips later described it as one of the most intense displays of emotion they had ever seen on reality TV. Mehgan, refusing to back down, responded with a pointed remark. "If you think spitting on me and yelling will change the truth, you're mistaken. The truth has a way of coming out whether you like it or not." Jackie's face flushed, her fury now mixed with desperation. The room felt like it was about to combust, the tension so thick it could be cut with a knife. As the confrontation continued, insiders claimed that Doug attempted to mediate, stepping in between the two women. "Enough," he reportedly said, his voice firm but strained. "This is getting out of control. Stop turning this into a war in front of everyone." Jackie, however, barely acknowledged him, her focus solely on Mehgan. "He might be your ally, but this doesn't give you the right to deceive me," she shouted. The alleged pregnancy rumor loomed over every exchange, acting like a shadow that refused to disappear. Every subtle gesture was analyzed, every word scrutinized. The cast members, already on edge, found themselves walking on eggshells, afraid that any comment could spark another explosive outburst. Fans online eagerly dissected each frame, searching for clues that could confirm or deny this speculation. Amid the chaos, a dramatic twist emerged. An anonymous source claimed that Doug had been in private discussions with another cast member, expressing regret over how the situation had escalated. According to the source, he admitted that he hadn't anticipated the scandal reaching such a personal level and was genuinely concerned about the impact on Jackie and the rest of the cast. Whether this was true or just another rumor, it only added fuel to the fire, creating more tension and uncertainty. Jackie, meanwhile, was reportedly unable to contain her emotions for long periods, oscillating between anger, sadness, and moments of vulnerability. In one instance, she was seen wiping away tears while confronting Mehgan, her voice breaking as she demanded answers. "I gave everything to this family, to this marriage, and to this show. How could someone betray that so openly?" Mehgan's measured response.com and steady seemed only to provoke Jackie further, highlighting the stark contrast between their emotional states. The dynamic between the two women became a focal point of the season. Producers, realizing the intensity of the interactions, captured every tense glance, every heated exchange, and every whispered accusation. The alleged pregnancy rumor acted as a magnet for drama, pulling everyone involved deeper into conflict. Even minor disagreements between other cast members were now interpreted through the lens of this central scandal. Fans speculated endlessly about the implications. Some insisted that if the pregnancy rumor was true, it would have lasting consequences for Doug, Jackie, and Mehgan alike. Others argued that the rumor was simply a narrative device crafted to boost ratings and generate social media buzz. Either way, the show's audience was captivated, glued to their screens, analyzing every detail for hidden meanings. One particularly memorable confrontation occurred in a hallway, captured in close-up by the cameras. Jackie, eyes blazing, leaned toward Mehgan, her words sharp and deliberate. "You think you can manipulate everyone with your calm act? I see through you." Mehgan, unflinching, replied, "I'm not manipulating anyone. The truth is what it is, whether you accept it or not." The exchange left everyone in the room stunned, including crew members who admitted later that the tension was palpable, even off camera. The aftermath of these confrontations saw alliances shift. Some cast members rallied around Jackie, sympathizing with her sense of betrayal and outrage. Others gravitated toward Mehgan, perceiving her as the unfairly targeted party in a storm of gossip and assumptions. These divisions created a volatile environment, making everyday interactions tense and unpredictable. Social media continued to explode with reactions. Clips of Jackie's emotional confrontations went viral, generating millions of views within hours. Hashtags related to the scandal dominated trending topics, with fans debating every nuance. Some praised Jackie's fierce loyalty and protective instincts, while others criticized her inability to manage her emotions appropriately. Similarly, Mehgan received both praise for her composure and backlash for her perceived role in escalating the situation. The alleged pregnancy, still unconfirmed, remained a focal point. Fans speculated about hidden signs, such as subtle changes in Mehgan's wardrobe, her mannerisms around Doug, and the timing of her appearances. Each observation was dissected and shared widely, feeding a cycle of discussion, debate, and anticipation that kept the scandal alive week after week. Eventually, tension reached its climax during a group dinner. Jackie and Mehgan faced each other across the table, the air thick with anticipation. Even before a word was spoken, everyone could feel the intensity. Jackie's eyes were sharp, her body tense, while Mehgan's posture suggested cautious readiness. When Jackie finally spoke, her voice was measured, but cold. "This ends tonight. No more games, no more secrets." Mehgan's response.com, yet firm, was simple. "I've said everything I can. Let the truth reveal itself." The episode concluded with unresolved tension, leaving viewers desperate for answers. Speculation ran rampant online, with fans discussing every possible outcome. Would the truth about the alleged pregnancy ever come to light? Could the friendship, if it had ever existed, be repaired? How would Jackie and Doug navigate this storm moving forward? Every unanswered question only heightened the drama and ensured that the scandal would remain a hot topic for weeks to come. As the cameras finally stopped rolling, the emotional impact lingered. The room felt heavy, saturated with the echoes of arguments, tears, and accusations. Cast members reflected on the events, some regretting involvement, others feeling vindicated in their positions. Insiders suggested that the aftermath of the scandal would shape relationships and alliances for the remainder of the season. The alleged pregnancy, whether real or rumor, had left an indelible mark on everyone involved, highlighting the fragility of trust and the explosive potential of secrets in a reality TV world. The drama between Jackie Christie and Mehgan James has left fans on the edge of their seats, wondering what's real and what's rumor. The alleged pregnancy scandal, the confrontations, the spit, and the emotional outbursts have created a whirlwind that has engulfed the cast and captivated audiences worldwide. Whether or not there is any truth to the whispers about Doug and Mehgan, the story has already made its mark, showing just how quickly trust can be shaken and alliances can crumble in the world of basketball wives. Fans are still debating every moment, analyzing every glance, every word, and every gesture captured on camera. The questions linger: was Jackie justified in her reaction? Is Mehgan hiding something more than the rumors suggest? How will Doug navigate the fallout of these allegations? The answers remain elusive, keeping the suspense alive and the conversations buzzing online. As a viewer, you have the chance to weigh in on this explosive saga. What do you think about Jackie's response? Do you believe the alleged pregnancy rumor is real, or is it all part of the drama that fuels reality TV? Your opinions matter, and the conversation isn't over yet. If you want to stay updated on every shocking twist, explosive confrontation, and scandalous revelation, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment. Don't forget to comment below with your take on the scandal. Who do you think is telling the truth, and what will happen next in this shocking storyline? Fans like you are the reason these stories continue to captivate, and your voice adds to the drama in ways that nothing else can.